Hello everybody, I hope you're doing extremely well. My name's Nick and today I'm here to talk to you about property searches. So first things first, what are property searches? So in a nutshell, a property search is something that you take out which will tell you a bit more about the property and the area that it sits in. So what it does, it basically goes to a local authority, goes to your water boards, the environmental agencies as well, and it just wants to confirm everything that could be a potential hindrance to the price down the line. So a question I always seem to get asked is what are the different types of searches? So the first one is your title search or your land registry search, and that's quite simple. 99.9% of the time there's never any hiccups with this one. It's where the solicitor takes a look into the property and the ownership, it gets it titled up and just confirms that the person that's selling the property to you is the legal owner. Like I say, this is nothing to worry about. It's a really common thing to happen. Any good estate agent will actually do this prior, so when they're signing contracts, when they're instructing the property, they actually do a title check these days anyway. So again, it's a usual occurrence, it's absolutely nothing to worry about. Your second type of search is your local authority search. So this for me is a really important one. What it does, it looks at all the planning permissions that have been granted or even rejected in the local area. It looks at your road schemes, it looks at tree preservation orders, it looks at if your properties are listed, if there's listed buildings within your street. It churns up everything about the area so you know in advance what you're going to be buying into. Following that, you've got your water and your drainage search. So this comes from your local water board, and again, it's one of those, it does what it says on the tin, to be honest with you. It just checks where your water and drainage comes and goes to, but further to that, it also looks into if there's any public drains or inspection pits that are on your land that contractors might need access to in the coming years. So the reason why that's so important is that if you are looking to extend or change the property in any way, obviously you can't be covering up those holes or inspection pits, so that's something you do need to know in advance just so you can alter your plans as they go. The fourth search that you get is your environmental search. So this is one that no one seems to know about, but again, it's really important. What this does, it sounds quite scary, but what it does, it looks to make sure that your property is not sat on contaminated land. Like I say, it sounds scary. 9 times out of 10 it's absolutely not at all. It's just confirmed that your property's not been built on maybe an old industrial estate with hazardous material below your property, or again it could be an old landfill site perhaps where it could have a bit of subsidence. It just highlights that in advance. It normally comes out really quick, but it's absolutely worth having in your folder. So although those 5 are often requested by your solicitor, what you might find is that your mortgage lender will ask for some more location specific searches. So what I mean by that is I live by the sea. My mortgage lender will absolutely ask for a flood risk report just to make sure that the property is safe. Again, if you live in an area that's maybe renowned for mining, and they might look for a subsidence or even a coal and tin report, just to make sure that your property is built on safe ground. So the next question is, do you need to take out searches? Unfortunately, if you're getting a mortgage, yes, most likely that you do. About 90% of mortgage lenders do require that you have searches now. The reason being is quite simple. Obviously, they're investing in you, they're investing in the property. They need to know that there's nothing that's going to be a bit negative towards the property in the next 10, 15 years, and that it's always going to hold the value. I mean, if you can't make your payments, they need to have that investment in the property still, and this is their way of confirming that that still will be there. Now, if you're buying with cash funds, if you don't need a mortgage, you don't technically need to have searches. You can bypass them. Your solicitor will absolutely recommend them, as would I, but you can bypass them if need be. Obviously, you do have a risk. If something comes up, if you are living on an old landfill site, if you're in a flood risk area, if there's a new build site just around the corner that you haven't heard of just yet, I mean, it's best to be safe than sorry. You don't have to. I would always recommend it though. So another common question I get asked is that I've had a survey, I've had a valuation taken up by my mortgage provider. Why do I still need searches? And that's quite a simple one. Your survey takes place inside your property, so the surveyor's looking at things like the structure, your gas, your electric, your windows, all that type of thing inside. It forgets about everything outside those brick walls. So new build sites, flooding, anything like that will not be picked up on your survey. It's completely different, I'm afraid. You absolutely do need to get both. So that's all well and good, but how much do searches cost? So in the UK, the average price is between £275 and £325, and all that depends on is basically how many searches that you have to go for. and kind of what area you're in. So I live by the sea, my searches will cost more because we'll absolutely need a flood report wherever we go. But yeah, that's just your average. I'd say around £300, £275 if you're really lucky. So how do you order your searches? So your solicitor, they'll either ask you to pay for your searches up front, so that's as soon as you register with them and as soon as you put your offer in on your property. If not, they'll ask for it when you have your mortgage valuation. What I would say though is I'll get them in as soon as you possibly can. If a solicitor doesn't mention it in the first couple of days, mention it to them, tell them you want to get them ordered. The reason I say that is that every area is different. Some local authorities are really quick at getting back to us, some are absolutely awful. So the average time in the UK to get your searches back is about 4 weeks. However, I've worked in environments where it has been up to 20 weeks, which has really just delayed everything. It's been an absolute disaster, so get them ordered as soon as you possibly can. Let's say even if it takes 4 weeks in your area, what that does is once they're returned, if there's any issues at all, it gives you the chance to ask for more searches, raise more inquiries and get them sorted before you become the legal owner. So there we are, short but sweet. I hope that was useful for you. If you do have any further questions, just pop them in a comment below and I will get straight back to you. If not, do drop me an email or give us a call and we'll catch up very soon. All the best. Bye bye.